Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is episode number 62, and in this episode, we're going to be finishing up as much as possible with the barriers as far as shutting them down in Ganon's castle here. I'm thinking we'll be able to either get all of them done or all but one, depending on time here, so we'll see how it goes. But they're not too time-consuming, it's just that there's a lot of them. So the only one that we have completed so far is the Shadow Barrier, so we're going to be doing the rest. Oh, goodness, that was very fast-moving. It might be in your best interest to use Nehru's Love in this room, because while it will still knock you back, you will not take any damage from these blades. So that's what I'm going to do, because I don't know if I've ever used this in a battle so far, so I might as well use it now to show you what it's like. You get this really cool diamondy crystal thing around you, and yeah, you are invincible. But the problem becomes that you cannot use anything that requires magic while this force field is up. So you cannot use fire arrows, light arrows, ice arrows, the lens of truth, spin attacks, none of that. Anywho, once you obtain all of the silver rupees, we can go through the door. And it looks like we have a couple of torch slugs here, and they die pretty easily, especially because this is in such a small space. They don't really have anywhere to go. So if you have the Bigoron sword, you can knock them out pretty quickly. Alright, so once you hit that switch, again with the Bigoron sword, you can obtain some bomb chews, which is pretty much a key, or not a key. I don't know what I was talking about. It's a clue to figure out what we're supposed to be doing in this room. And we haven't had a lot of practical uses for bomb chews yet. But as you can see, there's a hole at the top of this fence area, this gate area. So we need to figure out how to time this bomb chew correctly so that when it goes through, it will explode on the switch like so, which will then open the door. Not that complicated. Bomb chews is that's just yet another thing that I wish that they incorporated a little bit more throughout the game. They used a lot of the same mechanics over and over and over again, and it would have been nice for some of the lesser used ones to see more game time. But that's okay, because this game is amazing even without that stuff. I mean, that's how you separate the good games from the amazing games. Amazing games, you know, doesn't matter how little they use each individual game mechanic, but it just somehow still all just fits perfectly. So we have a bunch of sun switches on the wall here, and I shot all of them with light arrows, but the door is still not opening, so I'm starting to wonder if I've missed anything here. And apparently that is not the case, so perhaps I just missed something. Let's see. On the ceiling, there is something that we need to destroy here. We're going to use fire arrows because it looks like a spider web. So once we shoot that, that will allow sunlight to come into the room. And now we can use the mirror shield instead of the light arrows to shine light on the different sun switches on the wall. Obviously, that is not the correct one. I think there's 4 of them total. So we're bound to get it right eventually. There's also a floor master, or I guess they're wall masters. You can kill them in one hit very easily with the Bigoron sword. Just be careful not to get attacked by them. No, put that away and use the shield. There we go. You can also get a crap ton of rupees from those wall masters, but of course I'm not really worried about that. Once you go through the door, we have reached the room with the barrier. Die. Sweet. So this is going to be the Spirit Barrier. We'll bring out our light arrows, and we'll destroy barrier number 2. Poof! It's Naburu, the Sage of Spirit. The Spirit Barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, kid. Don't tell me what to do. I'm not going to listen to you anyway. For all I know, you could be brainwashed. Just like last time. That's right, I went there. And with that, the Spirit Barrier is gone. Where to go next? Where to go next? I suppose it doesn't really matter. Looks as though the forest barrier is over this way, so we might as well just do that. In this room, it looks like there's a bunch of torches here in the center, accompanied by a Wolfos, who we can kill very easily in one hit. It's kind of shameful how fast we can kill them. Very shameful indeed. And with that, we also get a small chest to appear. Open it up, and we get a blue rupee. Fantastic. So, we'll need a couple of things for this room. One, Din's Fire. Second, fire arrows. You don't actually need Din's Fire, but it makes your life so much easier. Use the fire arrow to light the torch that's above the door directly in front of you. And then you can use Din's Fire to light the remaining 4 torches that are surrounding the treasure chest, and that will open the door fairly easily. So, there we go. Alright, in the next room, we have another silver rupee puzzle with the fans and all that stuff. So it looks like we're going to have to use the hover boots, I'm guessing. Or maybe the... No, I'm going to say the hover boots. We'll also need the long shot in order to hook shot to the targets that are around the room as well. There's at least one that I can see. Wait for the fan to start blowing, and then you can just run out and it will push you to the next platform. As for getting this silver rupee above us, I'm not entirely sure yet. But you do want to make sure you get rid of the Beamos. I don't know if I can get it over there from here. Ah, that did not work out very well. Okay. Don't do it like that. That's not the way to go about it. And if you do end up falling like that, that also is not very good. If you end up falling, you do have to start the entire room all over again, and that includes collecting all of the silver rupees yet again. So just don't do what I do. Don't fall at all. That just makes your life so much easier. Alright, so now where do I go from here? I don't know if I can make it over to that switch. But I can, I suppose, long shot to where the door is. Aha! Kill the Beamos. I guess I won't need to. Alright, now we can get most of these silver rupees. And... yeah, we'll go this way. And we can also get the switch now, so I might as well do that. Once you step on the switch... what did that even do? What did that even do? Oh, it created a little hookshot post for us. That is so helpful. Like, OMG. Alright, so let's grab that. So we have one more left. Where is it? Or we have 2 more left. I want to say 1 more. Please, only 1 more. I really hate these silver rupee puzzles. They really got old pretty fast. Especially towards the end of the game. They used them constantly. It was kind of ridiculous how often they use them, and I don't really appreciate it. I am ready to be done with the silver rupee puzzles. Thankfully, we are. We're actually almost done with the entire game because we only have 2 more episodes after this one. This will be over at 64, so... anywho, that's going to be it for the forest barrier. I mean, I guess it was a pretty short barrier, but still rather annoying as well. Alright, let's switch back to the Kokiri boots because I hate having no traction. It makes me sad. And with the light arrows, we destroy barrier number 3, and we should see Saria, who is the sage. There we go. Hello, Saria. The forest barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, Culination. Why don't we actually get to have, like, a conversation? I don't understand. They should have, like, a little mini cutscene to, like, tie up any loose ends, because most of the characters are just, they just kind of go into the background and you never really hear from them again. Oh well. I guess I'm being a little bit nitpicky. I still think this is one of the best games ever created, even though I've, like, been saying all these things that I wish that they did. Just ideas, just hypothetical situations. I don't think I'd actually change much from this game at all. Okay, so in this room, it's pretty much like the ice cavern. We have the blue fire here. You're going to need... Did I just get hit by every icicle that fell? Or almost every icicle? Kind of felt like it. Alright, so you're going to want to put some blue fire in a bottle and kill the freezers that are around the room. If you don't kill them in time, they will freeze you like they just did to me. You're going to need to kill both of them because then it opens the door. And then we can open the chests around the room. Of course, this one is a trap, so we ended up frozen with that. That kind of sucks. We can use the blue fire to now melt the ice, the red ice, just like we did in the Zora's Domain and in the Ice Cavern, all that good stuff. And we can head on through. Is that it? Oh no. Oh no! A time limit and a puzzle! I don't enjoy that. Thankfully, this is a much simpler puzzle than what we did at the Ice Cavern, but still, not a fan of these block puzzles. Okay, so I guess we'll push the block this way. No, Link, do not climb on top of the block. No. And then we can push it into the hole, so now we can slide this block all the way across, and that should allow us to slide it over to the other direction now. Yes, hits the rock and stops it. Now we can push it forwards and get on the other side and push it all the way across the room over to where the red ice is. Oh, crap. Except that I need more blue fire. I should have picked up more than one bottle. I should have known that this barrier would require more than one bottle of blue fire. That was kind of stupid of me. My bad. I'm just hoping that I don't have to do that puzzle all over again. Not that it was difficult, but still. No! Oh my god! I am so retarded! I don't know how I expect to beat this game when I do things like that. I often wonder what has come of me. My skills just sometimes just disappear. Okay, at least I remembered what I was supposed to do. And apparently, if you're running out of time, you can just leave the room. Which, if I guess you're having a hard time figuring out the puzzle, just leave and nothing will happen to you at all. Okay, so now that we have the blue fire in hand, in bottle, we can melt this ice. And it looks like there's a switch back there, and it also looks like it is rusted, so we're going to pull out our Megaton hammer, and we can now hit the switch. Once we hit the switch, that will open the door, and that should be the end of the water barrier. Should be. Keyword. Fingers crossed. I don't think we're going to be able to do all of them in this episode. I think we're going to save at least one of them for the next episode. It'll probably end up being the light barrier, but that one isn't that difficult. Okay, so I got some magic and some hearts. I could use some arrows as well. When you do end up fighting the final boss of the game, you're going to want to make sure that you are completely stocked up on light arrows. It doesn't really make any sense. Arrows and magic to fuel the light arrows is what I meant to say. Alright, well, we shot the water barrier with a light arrow, and it is now dispelled. It is disappearing, so we're good to go. So we've now defeated or stopped the shadow barrier, the water barrier, the forest barrier, and the spirit barrier. So we're good to go. Looks like we have two more, and that'll be fire and light. So we'll do fire in this episode, we'll finish that up, and then in the next episode we will do the light barrier and then move on to the top of Ganon's tower. Oh, it's so hot in here we can't stay in here for long. About 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so that part's cool, but we have the Goron tunic, so it doesn't matter. Make sure you have a Goron tunic and then it hasn't been stolen by a like, because if that happens, you will be screwed. And, oh, this is sinking into the lava. That's not okay. And apparently, if you touch the lava, you will be sent back to the beginning of the room, and that also negates any silver rupees that you may have gotten up until that point. So, you need to be quick, but also be careful not to fall into the lava at all. Why did I come over here? Oh, there is a silver rupee here. I was about to say, did I just completely waste my time because there's nothing over here? Alright, so this should be one of the last silver rupee puzzles of the game, if not the last. I don't remember if there's any farther up in Ganon's tower. There's not much to Ganon's tower after this, honestly. Anyway, killed the torch slug there, and it appears as though there's a silver rupee just kind of hanging out in the middle over there. We can't get it with the hover boots, I don't think. So we're kind of screwed when it comes to that. And there's no secret platforms or anything there with the Lens of Truth, so there must be something else that we're missing in order to grab that. And it looks as though it's going to be this pillar right here. Link should be able to toss this pillar behind him. And if he can toss it far enough, which I have faith in him for, because look at that strength. It is ridiculous. Link's got this. So he throws it behind him, and into the lava it goes against the wall, and it will provide a little platform for us to... oh, goodness, that was close. Yeah, it's going to provide a little platform for us to jump onto so that we do not have to fall into the lava, because we've come so far. And that is the last silver rupee of this room, so the door is opened. And now how in the world do we get over there? I'm guessing it's with the long shot. Yes, there is a target over there. Can we even reach it? No, apparently we cannot reach it. Huh, that is not cool. Ah, it makes you come onto the sinking platform and then long shot onto it. I see, that's really not that difficult, but anywho, that's it for the fire barrier. That wasn't that difficult. It's a lot less painful than the other ones. And now we can pull out our light arrows yet again, and we will destroy the 5th barrier out of 6. And who's the sage? Oh, Darunia, the Goron. He's our sworn brother. Hey, Darunia, the fire barrier is dispelled. Hurry up, brother. I always picture him saying that with like a Hulk Hogan accent. I don't know why, but I just can't take him seriously when he calls everyone brother. I don't know. Whatever. That does it for the fire barrier, and that's also going to do it for this episode. In the next episode, we're going to take on the light barrier, and after that, we will finish our ascent up into Ganon's tower and take on Ganondorf himself. That's right, Ganondorf battle next time. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and please stay tuned for episode number 63. Game on.